So get this, every single minute, 500 hours of video get uploaded to YouTube. It's just a mind-boggling amount of content. So how on earth are you supposed to protect your original work in that ocean of videos? Well, YouTube's answer is this really powerful, kind of complex tool called Content ID. And in this explainer, we're going to crack it wide open so you understand exactly how it works and, more importantly, how to use it the right way.
Here's the game plan. First, we'll look at what this digital watchdog actually is. Then, we'll get into the 2 absolute golden rules your content has to follow. After that, we'll dive into the tricky cases in all those gray areas, show you how to submit your stuff correctly, and finally, we'll cover the pretty steep price you pay for misusing the system.
All right, first up, what is this digital watchdog? You know, at its core, Content ID is YouTube's solution to a gigantic problem. How do you manage copyright when you're dealing with a global platform of this scale? It's their automated system, and it is constantly, tirelessly scanning everything on your behalf.
So here's the official breakdown. The best way to think about it is like a digital fingerprinting system. You give YouTube your original work, right? It creates this unique fingerprint of it. And then it just scans every single video that gets uploaded to see if that fingerprint pops up anywhere. When it finds a match, you, the owner, get to decide what happens next. You can monetize it, just track its stats, or block that other video entirely.
It sounds incredible, doesn't it? I mean, a personal, digital bouncer for your content. But here's the million-dollar question, the one this whole explainer is really about. Just because you made something, that does not automatically mean it qualifies for Content ID. Oh no, there are some very strict rules we've got to cover. And really, it all boils down to 2 simple, absolutely non-negotiable golden rules. If your content doesn't check both of these boxes, it's a non-starter. So let's get right into them.
Okay, rule number 1, and this is the big one, exclusivity. And this doesn't just mean you created it. It means you, and only you, hold the clear, exclusive rights to that piece of content. This is the absolute foundation the entire system is built on. And this slide right here, it just lays it out so perfectly. If a record label owns a song outright, boom, they have exclusive rights. It's simple. But let's say you license a cool track from a royalty-free music site. You don't have exclusive rights. And why is that? Well, because hundreds, maybe even thousands of other people have licensed that exact same track. You can't have 1,000 different owners all trying to claim the same piece of music. The whole system would just fall apart. And that leads us right into the second golden rule. Your content has to be unique. Content ID is all about matching patterns, right? So the stuff you submit has to have a really clear, identifiable audio or visual fingerprint that isn't going to be easily confused with a bunch of other things. And this is a perfect list of what not unique enough really means. I mean, think about it. Karaoke tracks, sound-alikes, they're designed to be almost identical to other songs. And a generic sound effect like a door opening? Come on. If you could claim that, you'd be accidentally flagging thousands of videos with false claims. For the system to work, it needs that distinctiveness. Okay, so you need exclusive rights, and your content has to be unique. Sounds simple enough, but as you can probably guess, there are some pretty tricky cases and gray areas out there that trip a lot of creators up. So let's clear up some of the most common points of confusion. This is a great little rapid-fire round. For video game music? Nope, only the publisher who actually owns the rights can submit that. Public domain stuff? Well, that belongs to everyone, so that means no one can claim it exclusively. Clips you use in a movie review under fair use? Those can't be claimed either. And that royalty-free music we keep talking about? Any matches that pop up have to be reviewed by a human manually. To avoid making a ton of mistakes, no auto-claiming there. Okay, let's say your content passes the test. It's exclusive, it's unique, you're good to go. But wait, you're not done yet. How you actually submit your files into the system is just as crucial as what you're submitting. Getting this part wrong can cause a whole other world of problems. So here's the absolute key. One unique work equals one reference file. You can't just upload a 60-minute DJ mix as a single thing. Why? Because that one file contains dozens of separate copyrighted songs. Content ID would have a total meltdown trying to figure out what's what, and you'd end up with a mess of incorrect claims. You got to submit each song one by one. And just as important, you guys, is your metadata. This is basically the ID tag for your content. Submitting a file named track 4 with no other info is like sending a detective out to find a suspect with no description. It's useless. The system needs the title, the artist, the label, all the details that make your work identifiable. Clean data leads to clean matches. Simple as that. So we've gone over all the rules, the right way to do things. But
what happens if you get it wrong, whether it's an accident or on purpose? See, access to Content ID is a privilege, not a right, and YouTube takes its misuse very, very seriously.
And look, the consequences escalate fast. It might start with just disabling one problematic file. But if you keep messing up, YouTube could wipe all your active claims, force you to manually review everything from then on, or even disable your access to Content ID completely. And in the worst cases, they can terminate your entire partnership with YouTube. The stakes here are incredibly high.
You know, this really just sums the whole thing up, doesn't it? Content ID is this unbelievably powerful tool for creators, for sure. But all that power demands that you be responsible and that you really understand and follow these very specific rules of the road.
So here it is, your final checklist. This is the cheat sheet to remember. Your content is probably eligible if you own the exclusive rights, it's original and unique, you upload each piece separately, and your metadata is perfect. On the other hand, if you're dealing with non-exclusive stuff, public domain material, generic loops, or compilations, then Content ID is just not the right tool for the job.
And that, right there, is the final question, the one you need to answer. Now that you've walked through the rules, the tricky cases, the right way to submit, take a good, honest look at your own library of work. Is it truly ready for the power and for the responsibility that comes with Content ID?